Happy too. I'm glad the weather warmed up because I've got rheumatoid arthritis, so that cold, I wasn't ready for that cold yet.
No, me either.
No. No. No, 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 no. Pain is the realest, nigga. If you're not ready for something, pain will let you know real quick. I gotta adjust. I gotta adjust. And this is always the season for me. This is always the season where I'm having to adjust to severe changes in the weather. Not just the natural climate, because climate is changing, but the weather and everything. It's a seasonal change. People don't get that the world operates on one accord. The earth does. People can do what they want to, but the earth itself operates in alignment with the universe, with the seasons. And that is who my agreement is with. And I know some of you think that, because I put it on my mom and my dad, that you haven't released your parents' ascension. You haven't released your parents' ascension. That is the point. My parents ascended, but they still loved me. They gave birth to me. I was the miracle baby. My parents told me they would never leave me. And in their own way, they haven't, because they were reps of what birthed them. Some of y'all don't get it. Just a messenger, not your savior, not the second do-over class. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is pain is the realest, nigga. Because you go through enough pain and you learn what you don't want. You learn what you don't want to tolerate. You learn how to adapt and what you need to keep and what you need to let go. Was it Dust? CGI Brothers? I don't know. One of them did. I posted it on one of my pages. Did a hell of a video. It was called The Idol God, and there was some wisdom in that. Sagittarius season is very real for me. Sagittarius season is very real because I've talked to you before. Again, we're going into the science of things, living astrology. My mom was a Sagittarius, and in my birth chart, I have Saturn in Sagittarius in my 6th, 7th, and 8th house. And who is Saturn ran by? My parents are those parents. I put it in your face. Something you can't replace. You don't want to see me, but I'm here as truthful as I can be in all my authenticity and integrity, and there be the problem. You weren't authentic to me. I came to you from the very beginning, as V would, with love, with abundance. Okay, what are we gonna do? But you just found me just, amused, something to be amused by. Or, I don't know. I really don't, because I don't go that low that you go. See, we're on different levels. Our devils are not the same devils. We have similar devils, but, different levels, different devils. That old term, that's true. And I show it every day to you. Hashtag the Oracle Parables. Hashtag daily receipts. Hashtag just being V. It's what I do. The messenger. Oops. Sip morning meds. And always the sun. Life is good. I'm having fun. Everybody's not. But ask yourself, why aren't you? What are you learning from your pain? Why is your pain driving you insane? Why do you call my name every time you fall? But I have failed how many times? And you were there? I mean, really, like you were there. Let's be honest. Some of you think you were there, but at my lowest, you really weren't. You were there when you saw me get back up and get myself together. And then you kind of came in like, hey, I was with you. I was rooting for you. Well, good. Now I'm doing the same thing. I'm reflecting it back. I'm rooting to you. You had to know this karma was going to come through one day, that the exact thing you do, you're going to have to face. At least I'm doing it with a smiling face because pain is the realest nigga. Let me tell you something. Both my mom and my dad brought the pain. They had different ways of doing it, though. I would be geeked off of it, yo. I'm not apologizing that I had the greatest parents ever. Some of y'all, you hate it when I say that because you had that. Never. Again, not your DNA, not your genetics, not your story. Why are you getting in where you don't fit in? Why don't you find, the glory to your story and fit in and change that and make that work and evolve that? But you're waiting for me to evolve it. See, that's what religion teaches you, to wait on the Lord, to fix what you don't do yourself. Wait on the Lord, wait on the government, wait on this authority, wait on that authority. What happens if that authority is fucked up? And I'm not speaking about myself because I'm not fucked up, not like that. I'm fucked up, but I'm not fucked up like that. Like what some of you choose, that they want you to lose. Their whole operation is designed to confuse you and control you, take your money, leave you with nothing, and you are still sucking on their dick like a crack addict with a glass pipe. Find the lie and say it ain't right. Only thing is you can see it in everybody else, but you can't see it in yourself. Everybody has addictions of some sort. My addiction is food. I realize in doing a research of my finances, it is true. I spend more money on food, on comfort food. And this season, I be comforting myself a lot because of various things. See, I have a lot of friends who are going through some stuff and they don't, or they do understand why I can't really be there for them as much as they would want me to be. But you forget, this too is a journey for me. And it's about an evolution for all, which means I can't afford to fall just because they're falling. It's their time. It's their Saturn return. Been there, done that several times. My lesson is don't look back. Keep moving forward. Because seeds that become trees grow upward and into the light. Even a tree can grow up right, with manure. You just got to find that the cure is you to keep moving forward, not backwards. So some of my friends are in a stagnant and backwards way right now, and I pray for you on this day. But honestly, that had nothing to do with me, and all I can do is offer an imagery that you too can be okay. Because I am. I was where you're at in some kind of way. Several times, not just once. Some of you, this might be your first time or your first really heavy time. Again, Saturn returns. Your math is your path. Astrology, science, genetics, symmetry. Oh man, looking at the plane. A lot of skywriting today. Pain is the realest nigga. I have RA. I am the face of rheumatoid arthritis. I have RA. Rheumatoid arthritis is an immunity deficiency or whatever. It's something that it's not just the bones, but that your bones don't get brittle. It's not just the bones. It affects your organs. It affects everything. It affects your lymph nodes. It affects your lungs. It affects your heart. It affects your kidneys. So it's not just your bones getting brittle. It literally affects every element of your body. It is a structure. It affects your infrastructure. So I am in my regeneration season where I have got to make my infrastructure a little bit longer. And I cannot make my infrastructure I have to make my infrastructure better. I have to evolve my infrastructure, and I cannot evolve my infrastructure taking on everybody's salt. I can't be that person looking back at, Sodom and Gomorrah is just a story. Don't get into the labels. But I'm saying when you're looking at something that it serves to be no more good for you, I don't care who it is that's left behind. You got to do what you got to do and move forward because there's two journeys going on right now. Are you going to take this evolution and evolve and do what you need to do for you? Or are you going to reach back and reach your hand back and grab some people who still won't learn what they have to do because you are taking on their lesson and they're stressing? They got to see their God is in we, is in me, is in thee, is in he, is in she. They have the power to evolve themselves, and they won't know it until the pain is so great. They will either rise or die. You can rise or shine. You can rise or die. Welcome to the human solar eclipse. Pain is the realest, nigga. I woke up in a lot of pain. I've been in a lot of pain, but right now the weather is beautiful. You hear I started out. The weather is beautiful. It's warm. I'm going to go and work out because moving helps. You got to keep moving with everything. Even in the stagnation period, you got to keep moving. The thing about it, though, is I choose where I keep moving. I don't move in the spaces and the places that other people do. I'm not into all these frivolities. Some of you need to have a crowd around you. You need that. I don't. I never have. Never. Ever. Don't get it twisted. I don't need you around me. It's a privilege being around me. I am real good by myself. At the end of the day, if I had a choice between me and somebody else, I would always choose me. I should have done that a long time ago, but I had to learn. Because your program does not choose you first. And that's where we end up with the biggest curse on ourselves. And we did it to ourselves. So to you, those of you who think I'm passive aggressive, hold up. I am aggressively passive. Because if I really wanted to do and say some of the things that I really want to say or do what I want to do, ooh, what would that mean to some of you? It would be horrible for you. Notice how I laugh. I have an evil side, yo. And when people rub me wrong, that comes out, bro. Ooh. That's why I'm just chilling and letting my parents, regardless of what you feel about it, my ancestors, my creators, my, that gives life and birth to me, I'm letting them take over. See, and I'm just enjoying focusing on my evolution and being who I be better. Hibernating, as nature does right now, as they go into their comfort zone, because it's going to be a chilly weather. But for me, it's going to be a little warm because, mom saw the pain, and, my parents, they're the greatest, the best gifts. Like Doctor Who, the best gifts during the Christmas season. How does mom do it in her season? That's it. Sagittarius season. The archer on the horse. You didn't understand the story of the 4 horsemen. You thought it was always going to be a man. You always give these images to stuff. That's what mankind does to confuse you. What you need to see is no labels, just the energy. Well, you know what? Do what you want to do. What you need to do is whatever you're doing, because pain is the realest nigga. And I think some of us are learning today. And to you who keeps wanting to play these games, grow the fuck up. Seriously. This shit is so BC, so beneath me. I'm so done with it. The gaslighting, the mess. You want to know why you're not blessed? Because you're being stupid. And you just stuck on, well, I can make this happen. No, not being stupid. Pain is the realest nigga, my nigga. Stop being a pain to yourself and your own wealth and health. How about that? Don't come to me with that baggage. Don't come to me with that bullshit. That ain't mine. None of that mine. They're falling because they're supposed to fall. You're falling with them because you're attached to them. That's your problem. Not going to be mine. I'm not here to save you and that bullshit, because you have to learn to do better. Step to real people as real. You speak real, but you are not. You speak life, but your energy gives lies. I am wise to to the ways of the world and understanding why you cannot show yourself to all, but to me, you can be real to me, and that's why you fall. Have a good life. Learn.